Loki. Sigyn left your bowl, it seems. We have foreseen this. You must embrace the agony of emotion. Without agony, weakness infects the mind, the body, and the spirit. You cheapen our justice with your petty tricks! Without agony, we have learned many things. We see the future as one would a dream. We've sacrificed much for such knowledge. Something escapes us. How do you escape this prison, Loki? You escape and thus begins Ragnarok. We have foreseen this. The Aesir and the Vanir would gladly have you dead for what you have done to our son, but Providence has spared you till your ill-fated time, Ragnarok. You like wagers, don't you, boy? Tell you what. You tell your dear old Allfather about how you are going to escape, and I will let you go. So tell me, how do you escape?
Water. Water, please. You have no power here. You can't kill me and you can't let me go.
Do not presume so much. You forget that we lived as a hanged man for 9 days and 9 nights. Death can easily be teased.
Oh, you certainly teased death with your son, didn't you? All that sport testing his invulnerability. Shame about the mistletoe.
Your relentless antagonism is becoming drone.
Well, 1,000 pardons for not being in the best of humors. I haven't seen a drop of bloody sunlight in centuries since you chained me down here for killing Balbirona.
Enough! This visit was useless. Maybe Sigyn will enlighten us further.
Wait! I can tell you how I made my escape. Freya. Frigg, whatever you call her, your wife will set me free. Sigyn will give you nothing. Don't like the answer?
You are pathetic, boy.
Brother, wait. Ah, God! That was frighteningly fast.
Speak the name and the Queen of Valkyries herself may appear. You had quite the gall to utter my name. And my son.
Got Odin to shut up. Have you come to teach me with agony as well?
I am not as cruel as my husband, though my wrath is equally as great. Tell me, why in the 9 realms would I ever let a worm like you free?
Haven't a clue. Piqued your interest though, didn't it? I've been meaning to ask, are they still your Valkyries?
You waste my time with your juvenile bravado.
Odin doesn't truly care that Baldur is dead, you know. He's scared, perhaps. Maybe even relieved. But he's certainly not mournful.
It seems you have grown too accustomed to your accommodations.
Odin didn't love Baldur. He never could. In fact, now that I think of it, I dare say the Allfather's glad that his son is dead.
I will free your eyes from their torturous existence!
Please, don't.
And you, the honor of my son, don't consider this my mercy.
No. Odin knew Baldur was going to die. He knew he couldn't escape from hell. He always knew. Despite your prayers, no matter how many people loved him, he had to die. Your son was just another damn prophecy to him. We're all just prophecies to him. Prophecies. That's why he won't give you your justice. Because I have to be down here suffering until the 3 roosters crow. This isn't punishment. No, not really. No, this is the theater of suffering. It's pulp for the gods. Why do you think he let Sigyn catch the venom in her bowl? It doesn't matter how long I stay down here, how much I suffer, or even if I finally repent in the end, so long as all roads lead me here. I've had plenty of time to think down here, my queen. I think the old man was right about agony in the mind.
Why did you kill my son? Surely you've had time to ponder that as well.
Promise not to gouge my eyes out?
No.
Fair. If you had asked me ages ago, I would have given you a different answer, I think. I would have said, for the thrill of it, to pull off the naughtiest caprice of them all, one that would make the gods and all of creation weep. If you had asked me a century ago, I would have said, revenge for taking my child, to whom I gave birth, in pain before I could even give him a name. Some trite like that. Hang on, just kidding. I've been giving it more thought. Sweet Baldur is what the world does not. Kind, loving, just, warm. I hated him for it. Hang on, forget my forky tongue. I didn't hate him, Your Highness. I hated the suffering that surrounded him whilst it rolled off his shoulders. Your husband likes to ramble about how the cruelty of the world hardens the will of men. Yet in all his infinite wisdom, he never sought to alleviate such cruelty. His own son was immune to the suffering that he holds so dear. You, my queen, traveled to each of the 9 realms to secure the promise of every beast, plant, poison, malady, mineral, just to ensure that your boy would be safe. That is commendable. And what did your husband do? Precisely. He foresaw it and did nothing. Odin doesn't care about making the world a better place. He just cares about prolonging the suffering, making things worse until we finally abandon the world. Is this the reign that we want to survive? I mean, is this the world that we want to leave behind?
So, you murdered my son to spite my husband. Is that truly what you wish to confess to me?
When good men die, the wicked ones that stand on their shoulders are bound to fall. I'm glad that our All-Father's reign is creeping to an end. And it makes me smile that he knows it. Even if I killed the best one among us.
If you think I will give you a crumb of pity, you are mistaken.
Save it then. I distaste pity. Always have. And now, after all these years, I finally distaste suffering. Can you imagine? Asgard's greatest trickster! Neutered and repentant. So, what will be my final punishment? Do I have the honor of being blood-eagled by the Queen of the Valkyries?
Stand still. I cut off their pitiful head from their body, and then I dismembered them. Once their body was free, I sewed them back together with the bowels of their own son, which bound them to this rock for centuries. For the gods, death can be easily teased. Finally, I imbued their body with new life. Do not mistake this as a kindness, Snake. I will never forgive you for what you've done to my son.
Then why?
In your pitifulness, there is wisdom. You want something my husband could never possibly comprehend.
But, Ragnarok, if I leave this prison, the gods, everyone will die.
Not everyone. But you certainly. As will your own vile offspring, Fenrir, Jormungandr, Hel. I told you, this is not a kindness I give to you.
Then I am free.
To end the prolonged suffering my husband has caused. Yes. Sigyn will be elated to see you on the shore.
That was the last time I saw her. Once Ragnarok began, all manner of fell beasts and giants and an army laid siege to Asgard in a battle that would reduce all of creation to cinders.
I managed to survive the fires of Ragnarok and see the new world created in its wake. My son Baldur crawled out of hell when it was all over, and I was united with my boy once again.
Bastard couldn't even stay dead. Can't say the same for myself, though, unfortunately. No, I was destined to die at the hands of Heimdallr. I brought him down with me, though, my final act. And Odin, the crusty old git himself.
We fought valiantly, but it was all in vain. As the prophecy foretold, we were to be eaten alive by the terrible and mighty wolf Fenrir, as I rode on the back of Sleipnir, which in turn was the beast's final meal before its demise. We had foreseen it, and so it was.
That's my favorite part. When this nightmare of a world began, there was only fire and ice, and in the in-between, nothingness. And from there birthed the first of the giants, Ymir, followed by his kin, of which I am, if not distantly related. Odin and his brothers slew Ymir, and from his flesh created the mortal world, Midgard. And this would not be the last time that Odin would build his world on the backs of Jotunkind. The fathers, the All-Father's precious gift of prophecy, in fact, originates from the giants. And across his reign, he would slaughter countless of them. You can see, therefore, why the fire giants and the ice giants and every misfit monster was so eager to bring about Ragnarok and end the world. We burned it because we built it. And we died in our world so that you may thrive in yours. I know not whether Freya's mercy was awarded with the return of her son, nor if Odin knew that Freya would betray him so, nor even if this is the story that people will tell again and again, or simply be forgotten. The dead should not burden themselves with such worry. But if I had the chance to rearrange the foundations of the earth itself once more, I would rather die 1,000 deaths and spend centuries repenting and regretting than to have never acted at all. Sometimes all it takes is an inconspicuous new plant.